So, David, it's noon.
It is.
It must be time for lunch with the Lone Guys. So, a lot of people ask us what you can use funds from reverse mortgage to do. You can use them for virtually anything, and we talk about that. A lot of people
to help you explore those options.
That is true. That is. We have some inspirations. Mm-hmm. We do. And today we're talking about hobbies. Maybe taking up a new hobby.
That is healthy.
I think it is. Yep. You know, the kids are out. You're doing whatever you're doing.
Yeah, it's good for the brain.
I think so.
For the body.
I think so. So,
what have you found?
So I found a woman started making Jello art. Jello art. Okay. I don't think it lasts very long, but that is beautiful. Look at the sheen on that.
Okay, how does she do that? Because that is intriguing. Is that a real flower inside Jello?
It says it's completely edible. Oh. So I don't know. It must be. I just appreciate the. I mean, I don't know if she put carnauba wax on that. I don't know what.
She
but it's
probably
beautiful.
Gets invited to a lot of parties.
I'll bet she does. I'll bet she does. Probably.
Please bring your Jello art.
Yes, I'm guessing that's very popular with like the church potluck crowd.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe that's just my upbringing, but yeah, I'm guessing. So that's something different, you know.
Right. This guy has discovered. He's an enthusiast, and he's discovered all kinds of different hobbies. Here's two of which that I think he wants to try himself.
A lot of you know I'm on a journey to try every single hobby in the world. This is the Wikipedia page for a list of hobbies.
Who knew?
And in my journey, I've discovered some of the most bizarre pastimes to have ever been created. I want to tell you guys about a couple.
I saw piratry.
The first is called skiddering. It's a sport where you're pulled behind a horse, and you're holding a rope, and you're on a pair of skis, moving through a course. Look at this.
That's legit.
Moving at breakneck speeds, just going off jumps, falling. I have no idea where they do this, but I have to try it. The next is extreme ironing. I thought this was a joke, but they say it's the latest danger sport that combines the thrills of extreme outdoor activity with the satisfaction of a well-pressed shirt. Look at this guy.
Underwater with sharks.
I don't know how many of these photos are photoshopped or if they're real. This guy's
That's gotta be
wakeboarding.
Photoshopped. But the one
I will be
skydiving?
trying this at some point.
He'll be trying that at some point.
Give me a follow.
Wow.
And we're going to get him done.
Okay, I just realized something. I mean, I scuba dive. You cannot have an iron plugged in underwater.
No. I thought about that too after I saw this. And
so I would maybe check on
I would think those
concerns.
people have a little bit too much time on their hands. I mean,
there are a lot of other hobbies you could consider before moving to that one. I would
pick a hobby
agree.
that's actually good for you and might not kill you.
True. And something you can do at home, you know?
Right.
So there's a woman who I'm guessing maybe had maybe a lot of these people have too much free time on their hands. But it looked like she had just a lot of extra pistachios. And so she carved little people.
Those are creepy, actually.
Aren't they? I thought the same thing. At first I thought, that's kind of... It's
Are
not.
those
it's
her family
creepy.
members or?
I think it is. They all have the same pig nose.
Yeah, they do.
But I don't know if they're
and
cute
the green
or creepy.
Forehead.
Yeah, or maybe there's old. But there is definitely green. Yeah. So
what if you just naturally came across one of those? It just happened to be one in your bowl of.
That would be awesome. Just to throw a couple of those in there.
Yeah.
That would be great. But it'd probably be like those people who think they see like the Virgin Mary and like their bark on their tree. Yeah. I'm sure they'd like make a necklace out of it.
Yeah, I love that. Huh. Here's an interesting one.
I'm a needle felting artist. What's needle felting, you ask?
Glad you
take
asked.
a bunch of wool like this, or this is what it looks like if your dog tears it up.
Or coughed it up.
And then you stab it. Literally, you take a needle and you just start stabbing the wool until you sculpt it into little things like this.
That's a real thing?
That's a real thing. I guess for those with, violent tendencies who don't want to spend the rest of their life in prison, they take up needle felting.
Right.
So they can take out their aggressions.
In kind of like you carve it into a person.
Yeah.
Like in the shape of a person. And then you're like your tax advisor.
How long did it take? How many pokes?
That's a lot of pokes. And I was looking at her other hand to see how many pinpricks she had on her other hand when you think. I bet there's a lot of wool with red stains on it.
Yeah.
I would guess. Okay, so here's another gentleman who he's collecting dead bugs. But that's not the best part. He poses them as battle scenes, historic battle scenes.
Okay, yeah, Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Don't you see they're armed? Don't you see? Yeah.
That, again, demonstrating this guy has way too much time on his hand.
Right.
And
we all have that relative. So don't you think it's one of those cases again where it's kind of like, oh no, Jenny, you got to come over for dinner. No, you're missing out. You got to see.
To display those like in a coffee table and put glass over it. Just
like lacquer it.
Yeah. More people need to enjoy his battle scenes.
I would think
with
so.
Dead
I
bugs.
would think so. And then once again,
weapons.
can you imagine like when they're reading the will? It's like, okay, Johnny, you get the dead cicada battle scene collection. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I mean, there are lots of different interesting hobbies that you could take. And this you probably wouldn't need a reverse mortgage for.
Probably not.
It's fairly economical, I think.
Yeah.
Depending upon which.
Dead bugs are pretty cheap.
I would think so. If you live close to the woods, you could just find them. Yes.
Become friends with an exterminator. Okay, here's a really interesting one.
All right, y'all. Today I'm going to show you how to make yarn out of cat hair. Why? Because I can. Get ready. First, collect
That's the
as
biggest
much cat
question
hair
is
as you
why?
can from your cats and your friends' cats. Then wash it and dry it.
From your
Make sure
friends'
you
cats.
wash it and dry it. Oh my god. Then you're gonna card it, which consists of using 2 slicker brushes to get all
I feel
the
like I need to write
fibers
these
combed in the
steps
same
down
direction.
because I'll never remember all
You're
these.
gonna grab 2 chopsticks and roll it into a little roll lag. That puts all the fibers in
These
the spiral
terms I've
and
never heard
prepares
of.
it
No,
for
no.
spinning on your drop
Spinning.
spindle. Look at them all together. Such cool color variation.
Ew.
Then you're gonna bust out your drop spindle and turn that cat hair into string by twisting the fibers together.
Bust
and
out that
drawing it
drop
out into
spindle.
a little piece.
Wow.
The staple of the cat hair is pretty short, so it's more difficult than wool, but it is very soft.
And
Then
can
you're
you
gonna
really
wind it
make
onto your
something out of
nitty-knotty and take it over your stove and steam it over some steam.
I mean, who doesn't
Then
want to
you're gonna
get
apply
a
it
cat
together
hair
to make a
beanie for
2-ply yarn
Christmas?
that is stronger than that single piece of string, so you can turn your cat hair into something semi-functional. Yay, very soft, very soft.
Semi-functional.
Then
I
you're
mean,
gonna wind it onto your
wow.
nitty-knotty again
She goes
and
on
twist it
and yeah.
Is there a finished product?
I don't know, and I don't want to see it.
We don't have that much time.
But you wonder, like, if she gives those to people that might be allergic to cats, and they just wonder why they're just constantly
think that'd
sneezing.
be
Every time I
awesome.
wear this beanie, I'm just my
I
eyes
must be
water.
allergic to wool or cats. Yeah. Interesting. And that, once again, that wouldn't take that much time. No, sorry. Wouldn't take that much money.
Lots of time,
but not much
little
money. And
yeah.
you know what?
Depending on how many cats you had,
I was going to say, for people who have a lot of cats, that's a whole different
it
segment.
might be a good hobby to take up.
Collecting cats. Collecting cats. So I'm finding a lot of economical ones that wouldn't necessarily need a reverse mortgage for.
Okay.
But depending upon how far you wanted to travel to collect things and diversify the collection. So here's a gentleman who takes up painting snails. So it's kind of interesting. He
He's
has
got
a little
bug theme.
Yeah, I do.
on.
Clearly,
Fight
he has.
Club.
He has a little.
Are they still alive?
Army? Oh yeah.
Okay,
Look,
so
I
he
mean, they
just-
got they aren't antlers. I don't know what you call them. Antennae. Yeah, I guess they're not antlers. Yes. Okay, but yeah, Fight Club. Look at these though.
Oh,
those are kind of cool. That bottom one.
I wonder how the snails feel about that. Like, what are you doing?
You wonder if they're proud, if they're
Yeah.
like cruising around the woods, or if they're just so embarrassed they're hiding under bushes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
Anyway, so
okay.
it's a different
That's a great
hobby.
Yeah. Okay. Here's one that I'd never
Today's project.
Heard of.
Look at this. Look at my yarn bomb tree.
yarn bomb.
Yarn. I thought it
I'm
was
telling
painted.
You, is this amazing? Okay.
Truly
No,
amazing.
I didn't knit all these. What happens here is you go to Goodwill,
happens?
you buy a bunch of old sweaters or things that are ripped, and you sew them all together.
All together.
She is so excited.
And you have your own fabulous tree. Fabulous. Isn't it amazing?
Again,
It's
I'm asking,
called
how does that
yarn
tree
bombing.
feel about
Look at this
being
thing.
decorated?
Love it. Is it so fun? Thank you.
It's so-
Judy.
Okay, but I
Okay, and
want.
here's one in action. So here's someone.
she's doing it. Oh, that's a different person.
Yeah.
So this is a thing.
This is such
wow.
a thing. There is literally an international yarn bombing day.
There is not.
And it happens to be on June 11th. So
Where?
I think internationally. So anywhere you want to do this, put it on your calendar. Get your old Afghans.
And you could get a reverse mortgage to travel. and to travel to see that. I think that's that'd be something fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, I seem to have a theme here,
Okay.
but you can do beetle fighting.
Beetle fighting.
Beetle fighting. So, I mean, there's...
Do people bet on beetle fighting?
I wonder, they don't have numbers on them or anything. So
No.
I don't know how you would identify your beetle.
Yeah.
But, and I wonder how long it takes. Is it short-lived?
I don't know.
You know?
Yeah, it seems like they would fight for quite a while.
Yeah, maybe, depending upon the beetle size. So,
You could make little areas for them to fight in. Like
that's what they should
gladiator scene.
do. He needs to meet up with this guy.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they could be in the crowd. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Yeah. So lots of fun things you can do.
Yeah. Here's one other hobby that I wasn't aware of: competitive pet grooming. So here's an example of what they look like.
That is not a real animal.
It is a real animal. And so here's a video.
Wait, hold it. Go back.
Okay.
It is.
It is. And I watched a video of different ones, and apparently it helps a dog's self-esteem.
Oh, it does not.
To make them look like a clown.
There's no way. Look at the expression
Here's
on that
a few
dog.
different examples.
Oh, wow. Oh.
It really is a thing.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, my goodness.
These
Beetlejuice design, and I have the wedding scene on this side with Beetlejuice, Lydia, and this is going to be a rose tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's a lot of time
my
and attention
goodness.
to detail. I don't understand it, but to each their own.
I think a hobby should be unique.
Yeah.
I mean, but what's interesting about these different hobbies, there's a whole crew of people who do that.
Yeah.
It almost looks like an event.
Yeah. I did see a quote that was actually meaningful. It said, what excites you, and are you doing enough of it? So I think that's
good question.
like, especially later in life, find things that bring you joy and happiness and do more of them. And I know we were showing some hobbies that don't cost much, but I know there's hobbies out there that,
Almost
sailing
definitely.
or
True.
horseback riding.
True. And you could get a reverse mortgage to buy a sailboat.
Yeah.
To do something
Absolutely.
like that.
That's all I got. You come up with bonus material every time.
I have.
Let's see the bonus.
I have one that I cannot.
Is it bug related?
Yeah, but I can't unsee it. Is the problem? It's one of those problems. Yeah, no, you won't. So it's a.
Okay, what are those made out of?
I don't know. But my favorite part is reading the description. My dad is 52 years old, and his hobby is making these weird heads. He doesn't think they're any good, but considering he makes them from scratch, I think they're amazing.
From scratch.
From
Just
scratch.
materials laying around
The
the
son
house.
is very proud of these.
Turns them into demons.
Yeah,
Sit on the shelf.
So I don't know. Stuff like this just kind of frights me. Like, how do you take this up?
Right.
What makes you think after your darkest nightmare, you wake up in the middle of the night and you're like, I'm going to make one of those. And then the son is excited. So I think he does want them eventually,
so, yeah.
when the dad passes, so unlimited things you can do with a reverse mortgage.
Unlimited. Hobbies. Get into some.
Hobbies.
Again, thanks for tuning in to Lunch with the Lone Guys. Do you have anything else to
No,
add to this?
I think I'm scarred. So I'm good. I'm done for the day.
So we'll
Yes.
see you next time on Lunch with the Lone Guys.